Hey, what's up? Doug Cunnington here from Niche Site Project. And today is the Friday Q&A. So welcome. I know we have a few people on here already, which is great. See Anik, we got Jeff on as well. So today's just, random questions. I did a live stream on Wednesday on the topic of productivity. I talked about, basically identifying your top goals or what you're going to work on the next day, usually, but you could do it in the morning. Essentially, it's all about focus. And it was a good session. We had a decent number of people on there, and it was cool. A lot of people were asking questions totally unrelated, and it's just better, right, if I stick to the topic. So if you have those questions, then yeah, that's when you ask them today. So a couple exciting things. I got a dog yesterday. My wife and I adopted a new dog. She's sitting next to me here. She's a border collie, like our old dog, but looks a little different. And she's a young girl here. She's about 3, and she's a little crazy. We walked for over an hour, a couple miles this morning, and she wants to keep playing. So I was trying to figure out how to get her on camera well here without making it overly difficult or me struggling with her. But yeah, high energy. So, all right. If you have questions, just put like a pound Q. It makes it a little easier for me to answer. A lot of this is like fast, sort of quick going on. So hopefully we'll have a lot of questions. So I see Polyus is on. That's awesome. Emil, Nick, what's up? Uta, Paul, Adrian. We got Peter, Leo, what's up? And yeah, cool. I think the video should be working. There's only one person complaining, so it must be your connection. Seems like people could hear me. Otherwise, people would be complaining about that too. So yeah, she's a very cute girl. I was trying to figure out, I may be able to show a picture of her. I may get her to jump in my lap here in a second, although that would be teaching some bad habits. Yeah, she's very high energy. She's obsessed with balls, tennis balls specifically, but our old dog really was not interested in that sort of thing. He wasn't much of a fetcher. All right. This is just on my phone here. So you could kind of, big reflection, but yeah, that was this morning on the walk there. And then, let's see, there's a kind of a fun one here. Okay. Yeah. Just being self-indulgent and showing pictures of myself and our new dog. So she's a little bit lighter than Brody, our old dog who passed away back in May. But here you go. No, I'm not going to have you jump up here. Okay. So this will be a challenge. I'm going to have to figure out how to handle the live sessions and a dog at the same time. Okay. And she's a little big to lift up, and I may not want to teach her to jump on my lap while I'm sitting at the computer. Okay. We got the questions starting to come in here. So Anik says, how do I schedule the whole backlink work? Like links take time to get indexed. How much time do you wait before starting another session of link building? You should just build as many links as you can. So you shouldn't wait to keep building them unless you have some specific reason to. What software am I using to do the live stream on YouTube? It is just the YouTube default live stream. It's built on Google Hangouts, and that's it. Yeah, it's all free. So I'm doing it free. You could use some other tool, but I do not. Paulius asks about the keyword golden ratio. By the way, if you don't know what the keyword golden ratio is, it's a data-driven way to find keywords that are sort of underserved on the internet. So it's kind of a supply and demand thing. There are several videos on it. So go to my channel, search for keyword golden ratio, and you should be able to find it. If you have 2 keyword golden ratio keywords, which mean a similar thing, like and an example is given, would you write one article or 2 separate articles? For that specific case, I would probably like write one, and I'll just not put in the keyword here. But let's say it's like I'm just going to make something up. So like best dog for children and best dog for kids. Yeah, you probably write the same article. So if it's really just a synonym, then you probably want to combine them. If it's like a different type of visitor or searcher that could be looking on it, that or could be looking it up, then you would potentially write two different articles. Let's see. Okay. Anik says, is it a good idea to add MailChimp on an affiliate site to collect leads? If you want to build an email list, sure. I probably wouldn't use MailChimp. I'd use something else. If you're really asking, should you build an email list on your affiliate site? I would say probably not. If you're asking the question, then you probably don't have the skills yet to effectively build an email list and to market to that email list in a way that's profitable. So in that case, you probably should skip it. And just in general, I mean, email lists are great, right? Email lists are fantastic. A lot of people will tell you you got to do an email list, but you got to know what your goal is for your site. If your goal is to sell products on Amazon, then your email list should be a tool in which you can like capitalize on your goal of getting people to Amazon. And by the way, Black Friday stuff, since there's not that many questions right now, so Black Friday stuff. Jeff mentioned before it was something like 8x the number of sales. Yeah. Black Friday was huge. Cyber Monday was even bigger. For me last year, if I recall correctly, Cyber Monday was a little bit smaller than Black Friday, but Cyber Monday this year was even bigger by about 2x. So very good, just in general. And yeah, record traffic for me. I've talked to a couple people, by the way. I am doing more interviews. People seem to like those. So I'm doing more and more interviews. By the way, in the chat, just let me know, do you like the interviews? Did you see the one with Matt Diggity and Brendan Tully? Did you see the one with Brett? Did you see the one with Nick, who is actually on the call right now? So check them out if you haven't. They're insightful because I do things a certain way, but most people do things differently. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is I was talking to my friend Rob Atkinson, good buddy of mine, and we did several just sort of like chats. So I'm going to be publishing those coming up soon, in the next few weeks, most likely. And Rob saw, record everything. So it's like record traffic, record revenue, income, like everything's great. So, okay, hopefully there's only a few people complaining about any kind of tech issues. So I think it's isolated. If you are having trouble, then you probably can't hear me right now, right? So I just realized that. But hopefully just refresh things if you ever have issues. So moving on. Okay. Jeff says, what about adding the keyword golden ratio to another article that has good page metrics? Adding a relevant section around the keyword in an article already ranking. Yes, that is a great idea. Give it a shot and see how it goes. Always, set a reminder in your calendar or whatever, and you'll be able to go back and check to see what you need to do. It may turn out that you're not ranking as well as you could be, and you may need to pull that section out and place it somewhere else. However, if you add it, like you say, Jeff, it's probably going to work out well. Silver is on. What's up? Good to see you on here. Anik asks, what's the best time when you see a lot of sales on your website? Cyber Monday or Christmas time? Basically from like Black Friday on all the way until like December 24th. It seems to like go up a lot. to to just be vague, but I was talking, I checked back from last year, talked to a couple friends from November to December. Um, it looks like the average revenue increases by 2 to 3x November to December. So that's really good. And, in a little over a month, I'll be able to tell you if that is holding true again, or if it goes down, or if it goes up. So, of course, this year, in March 1st of 2017, Amazon adjusted the commission rate. So I had to sort of prorate what I would expect to see last year versus this, which is for me a reduction of 35%. It would vary for other people depending on their specific sites, their specific niche, and a number of other factors. But for me, looking at like a full year's worth of data, I know that the revenue went down by 35% in March. Okay. And Leo says, love the interviews. Great to hear. I actually have my best interview to date, at least for the interviewee. It's going to be published on Monday. A friend of mine named Ravi, Raman, and he's an executive coach. I met him at a conference, actually, where I got this t-shirt, this Lead Pages t-shirt here. So Ravi and I met just networking, just randomly talked to him. Turns out we have a lot in common. So his interview goes live on Monday. Additionally, he and I just talked about the Converted conference where we met. And then the cool part is he's launching a podcast on Monday as well. And he interviewed me. That interview will be live. And he worked at Microsoft for I think 14 years, was really doing well, and decided to leave it behind to, take a break and, figure out what really makes him happy. Really smart guy. I probably don't have business talking to him. He's that smart. So yeah, really interesting interview. Really well-spoken guy. So check out the interview on Monday from Ravi. Tom says, what's up from the UK? Good to see you. When negotiating for placing a guest post, does the host always know or need to know there will be backlinks involved? They should probably know. They should probably know. You don't have to tell them. If they publish it and they remove the links, you could always just say, hey, I saw you remove the links. Can you put them back? Sometimes they accidentally remove them. So that's the thing. They accidentally remove them. That's happened to me multiple times. So, all right. Udta, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. I try something different every time. Asks, does the domain name matter for affiliate marketing? Kinda, but not that much. Polya says, how do I see affiliate sites in the long run? Do I think there might be a risk that Amazon tries to remove the middleman? I just see Amazon expanding in so many markets right now. I think things will be crazy in the long term. There's always been some sort of affiliate marketing or affiliate relationships out there. So I think things will change, but the skills that we have can transfer to other areas, right? So a while back, I'm not sure if this is still in place, but a while back, Walmart was offering free 2-day shipping, and you don't have to join a membership or anything like that. You just have to order something. So the point being, Amazon is doing some crazy stuff, right? Love Amazon. There are other affiliate programs out there. There's always going to be a market for it. As far as the amount of revenue that Amazon could bring in if they cut out the middleman, well, that's interesting. Because I don't know. I mean, I've seen some figures thrown out, but I don't know how much it actually is. But if Amazon cuts out the middleman, we could start pushing another affiliate offer. We could work with Walmart, for example. And then if it's significant enough, I mean, there's a lot of affiliate marketers out there. There's a lot of revenue that comes in, although I don't know how much. But Anyway, I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's fine. Okay, Adrian says, you've sent me an email. You'll ask a question or two here so you can relief some work. Should I know index pages? No, you could leave them indexed. D-Card, what's going on? Good to have you on. Silver says, don't know you remember me, but a month ago you asked about what you should do. You were stuck in number 5. You got up to number 3, and you went from 150 to 590. Awesome. That is good. And you say awesome stuff. Cool. Was it something specifically that I told you to do that helped? That would be great to know. And if so, send me an email. So maybe I could, have some facts from it. Yuta says, how do I see the market for affiliate marketing? Many sites are starting to offer cash back for purchase by going through their website. I think affiliate marketing is great, but if that scares you, then it may not be the right thing for you to work on. The interesting thing with the model that I talk about and that everyone is, here to listen about is around, usually getting traffic, free SEO traffic from Google organic traffic, and then we're getting revenue from Amazon through commissions. We don't control those areas. Like Amazon can, rank your site higher or lower, right? We don't control that. We have a set of sort of constraints that we have to work within, the Google Webmaster Tools and other constraints. And then for the Amazon portion, like they award us with commissions, whatever they want to do, right? Like I said, in March of this year, they lowered the commission rates. It was a change in the structure, but like those are the constraints that we're playing with, right? So I love both companies, and I'm happy to work with both of them, and directly and indirectly, whichever it may be. But you don't control those portions. Any affiliate program, you don't control the affiliate program. So, we work within the constraints. Hopefully, we have a great working relationship, and so on and so forth. So, basically, I wouldn't worry about it, right? There's plenty of products to be sold. Adrian says, you've seen the interviews, are cool and motivational. Awesome. Tom says, how many guest posts would I need to do for a 40-page site to be effective in the rankings? There are too many variables for me to answer that in any kind of accurate way, but a good target for you, Tom, would be get 15 to 20 guest post links and see how it works. I would aim most of those guest post links to 1 to 2 pages. Palia says, you saw my interview with Income School. It's a really good one. What do I think about their totally white hat approach of focusing 100% on good content generation and no link building? I think there is a lower ceiling for a site where you do that. I think it's fine. It's like not just white hat, but they only focus on content. They don't do link building. They specifically don't do link building, or at least that's what they said in the interview. And basically, you'll reach a point in which you're not going to move up anymore. Because like, if you're not promoting your site, like no one cares about you or your site, basically. So if you're not promoting your site and networking with people and developing relationships, then you're going to have just an artificially lower site. So for example, the site that Rob and I sold for $235,000, the Project Go White Hat site, we could have probably made a couple $1,000s per month without doing any link building. Actually, I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but let's just say 500 to 1,000. We were making 10,000 to 32,000 per month. So last time this year, that site made in November, it made like $19,000. In December of 2016, it made about $32,000 or so. And if we didn't have any links, it maybe would be bringing in a small percentage of that, like 5% or less of that. So can no link building work? Yeah, but you're going to I mean, you may as well build some links, right? If you know you can make like, you know, 40 times more, build some links, right? Yuta says, can I please tell you about the upcoming Amazon affiliate course? How long will I provide support? Okay, cool. Yeah. So that'll come out in mid-January. I'm just putting together my schedule, Yuta. And basically there's several people that are in the course that have taken the course, and so they're on the chat right now. So folks, if you just want to say, hey, like 5-figure niche site is really cool, or give your honest feedback, you could say, hey, it sucks, or whatever you want to do. It's about, let's see, there are various levels, but essentially it's a 10-week course. There are about 9 units in the basic course. There are 13 in the advanced and premium sections. And there are, I think, over in the core basic set of videos, there's something like 40 or so. If you get the advanced or premium, it jumps up to about over 80. All this material is around Amazon affiliate sites. Basically, all the questions that people ask here, they're in the course, right? You do get access to me. There are inner circle calls. I do those once a week or so. You get email support for 6 months. I have a person helping me out answering some of the more common questions, and then I'll hop in and take a look at competition research or other things like that. It's a premium course. It's very expensive. I can't mention the price here. Hey girl, it's all right. It's all right. I can't mention the price here, but it is a premium course. It is expensive. Green says, if you're getting a lot of visitors and the site is going down, or if you have a lot of content and the site is getting slower, what should you do? You should upgrade your hosting. So I had to upgrade my hosting to, I was paying, I started it like shared hosting. So it was like $5 a month. And that's fine to get started. After I got, say, about 300 visitors a day, I saw it was slowing down a little bit. I went to a semi-dedicated or WordPress optimized type hosting. Different hosting companies call these different things. The next step is about $25 a month. And then once I hit about 1,800 visitors a day, I needed to move up to just more resources. So I'm paying about $125 a month for the hosting I am using right now with SiteGround, and that is working fantastically. I'm handling 4,000 unique visitors a day right now, and it's great. So you get what you pay for. I think if you like GoDaddy, if you like HostGator, Bluehost, whatever, like they all offer a similar like offering. I think they're the same, right? This is a commodity. Don't spend a lot of time like trying to figure it out. I moved to SiteGround because I had a couple like good recommendations from some friends of mine who were in a similar position, getting a lot of traffic, and they said SiteGround was great for their migration, really good customer service, and it's good for me to test out different hosting companies. So I currently have a Bluehost account, SiteGround, and MDD hosting. So basically, it depends. Green Engineer, you should just get something that's more expensive, so there are more resources dedicated to your site. Okay, 636 Tango says, you sent an email and you got a reply from Thais, but you want to get my view. Sure, yeah. And yeah, 636 Tango, I'm not sure who this is, but Thais is helping me out on email support for 5-figure niche site as well. And Mike is transitioning out, so she's just starting up. But yeah, I answer all the emails too. I read them all, so I gave her a chance to get into it. Okay, Yuta says, what do I think? Making an affiliate website on a specific country domain is a good or a bad idea? It depends on your goals. I don't do it. but it's totally up to you. So I don't know. It's sometimes difficult to answer the questions because I don't know people's experience level. Sometimes I can make an assumption, but it totally depends on your goals. I don't do it, but it's up to you. David says David and Jeff are both in five-figure niche site. Leo's in there. Awesome. And he says, the course is amazing. You took it about a year ago. It changed how you looked at affiliate sites. And you had sales before the program ended on a fresh site. And, by the way, any of the results that people mention, any of the testimonials or anything like that, those are exception cases. I can't guarantee performance and blah, 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 stuff like that. So it's all up to you. Leo busted his ass to get that stuff going. David says the support has technically ended, but I've been generous with answering some questions. That's true. Yeah. I mean, I want people to be successful. And, if you have good questions like David does, I'm happy to help. Martin says you're building a site, but you have a lot of users registrations through WordPress. Is this people trying to hack my site? Yes, probably. Matt, you should probably change the registration page or just, oh, sorry. You should not let people register for the site. Basically, that's a WordPress setting. Just Google it. Say, how do I keep people from registering on my WordPress site? It's in the tools or something like that. Stuart, what's up? Thanks for the shout on five-figure niche site. Vision says you're taking the course. It's fantastic. Thank you. And David says it's great networking with other students. You've learned a lot and contributed in the private community. Yes, that is a really good point. So it's an expensive course, and I see I'm not going to tell you anything about the price. It's very expensive. But the reason why is I often adjust the price up. Okay. So I move the price up, and I don't want to mention a price here and then it'll be different than what you expect. The cool, interesting thing that happens when you pay a lot for a course is the people that you network with are in the game as much as you are. So I've taken a course that was 4,000. I've taken another that was 2,000. That's a lot of money. I deliberated on it for quite some time. The people that you meet that take courses, they're very serious about what they're working on. Those are the people that you want to work with. In the past, I've had courses that were cheaper, and unfortunately, the quality of the students and the seriousness of the students was much less, and the networking for the students wasn't as good. So, I think, David, you're spot on with that, and thank you for mentioning it. Okay. Cool. And Stuart says you love SiteGround. Adrian, you're in the course also. Fantastic. Silver says, what do I do when someone does negative SEO on your affiliate site? I disavow those links. So that actually happened for the Project Go White Hat. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's a fairly straightforward process. If you just, look at the Google Search Console documentation, it's very simple. You just get a text file with the domains and or the links that you want to disavow, and you just upload it. There's a chance those things can backfire, and those links could have been helping you, but for me, I'm doing white hat links. I don't want any additional risk. So I disavow those links, and then that's all you have to do. Yuta, you want to join it soon. You have some queries. So I see you emailed me, and if you're on the email list, you'll get information on it when it's available. So I love that you're interested. I'm going to go ahead and just fire up an email so I can hit you up over there. So, okay. And Pastor Duke comes in with the registration settings. Thanks for the WordPress help. Okay. Yuta, you agree that price matters, but people who are serious like you but can't afford it, it would be hard to pay a hard price or a high price. Okay, here's the deal. Just watch all my YouTube videos. They're free. It's better than other paid courses. There are other cheaper courses out there too. Um, Unfortunately, or fortunately, I am I don't negotiate. The prices are the prices. There are no scholarships. There's nothing like that. But I give out so much material that you can. There are, again, people in the chat right now that I know didn't enroll in the course. They've watched all my YouTube videos. They've read all the stuff on the blog, and they're making money. Like, you don't have to enroll. It just makes it a little bit easier. So don't feel like you have to enroll. If you can't afford it, just watch the free stuff. It's great. I do these sessions every Friday too. So you can ask questions. I usually try to be, patient and everything. So, all right. Green Engineer says SiteGround has 3 plans. That I choose enterprise hosting? No. So I'm an affiliate, by the way, Green Engineer, and I chose, I think, a form of cloud hosting. But Green Engineer, if you shoot me an email at Doug@NicheSite Project, I will be able to guide you in the right direction. But the other part is, if you just hop on chat with the people at SiteGround, they can make a recommendation. However, how many visitors a day, unique visitors a day, are you getting? All right, 636 Tango, I didn't answer your question. Okay. Sorry, I thought that was the email. I get widely varying local monthly searches from Moz, Keyword Keg, and Keywords Everywhere. What do I think will be the most accurate? Okay. Probably not Moz. Their data sucks, basically. It's great to use for competition analysis. I would just stick with Keyword Keg or Keywords Everywhere. If you're using Keywords Everywhere as you're working, that's cool. It's a good reference point. Just use Keyword Keg. That'll be totally fine. Sorry, I missed your question before. And the main thing is, they're all sort of estimates, they're all approximations. And even though we're using it for the keyword golden ratio and we're looking at specific numbers, and we are like, as long as you pick one, it's close enough. So just pick one, move forward. The crazy part, right? If you actually got all the keyword research tools together, they're all going to be a little bit different. Turns out it doesn't matter that much. So just use Keyword Keg. Embracing Wellness says, hi, Doug. Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining up. Do I have a free online image editor recommendation? So as far as image editor, no. I just use like the preview tool on my Mac. I'm sure Windows or whatever has a comparable. For like custom images and stuff, I just use Canva. So like for banners, or if I'm doing like something on Niche Site Project and for the header or something like that, Canva is really good, just in general. So Matt says, how many articles do you think you should have before going live? 10, just 10. Nick says, one thing I love about Doug, I'll read all compliments, by the way. So if you guys want to put them in, that's the narcissistic part here. The thing I love about Doug is you could literally learn everything about building a site from the YouTube channel. That's true. There's so much information out there. It's insane. Okay, you watch the videos. Okay, cool. And let's see. Obviously, the course is great, but over 100 hours of free content is plenty to get you started. That's true, Nick. Okay, and David is reinforcing the YouTube channel. Very good, very good. David says, you haven't seen anybody talk about it, and when you're starting a new site, it's been mind-blowing. That one tip will help you. Yep, that is, that's my best thing. That's my best thing there. So the keyword golden ratio, and I always try and give I've been preaching about it for about 2 years now. Um, but I always give credit to a couple people that I was speaking to in a mastermind group and different pieces. I pulled it together. So Quentin Hamp, good guys. He used to do a little bit more sort of like internet marketing stuff, but he's focusing hard on like, his sites and some of other work he's doing. He's a cubicle Houdini, good guy, Quentin Hamp. We have Shonda Newman. I think she's over at Skip Blast. She's awesome. I actually met her in person. She was passing through Bozeman, and got to meet her and just chat about, shop talk for a little while. Super smart. We have Lewis Ogden at Cloud Income. He has been taking a hiatus on Cloud Income, hasn't been publishing new stuff, but he's been busting his ass doing really awesome with his affiliate sites. And I think I may convince him to do an interview on the channel, maybe a few. Rob Atkinson, good friend of mine. He's been on the channel a bunch. He's going to be on a bunch more. And let's see. Are those the main people? Yeah. So we got Quentin, we got Lewis, we got Rob, and Shauna. So I pulled little pieces and I talked to them a lot as I was formulating and testing the keyword golden ratio. Okay, Anik says, what would be the best time to apply for the Amazon affiliate program and put links on your site? So in the question is around like 90 days of no sales status to close it. It's actually 180 days. I think you have to make 3 sales within 180 days. So you should apply when you're about to start doing your promotion and stuff. So just think about that for a second. You shouldn't apply until you're ready to start like telling people about the site and stuff. Okay, so Vision says, what's my view on the ultimate Azon theme? It looks ideal. Is it a good theme for SEO? Okay, so the UAT is what I'll call it here. So ultimate Azon theme. It should be updated soon. So version 1.0 has been out for like a couple years. Version 2.0 was supposed to be out in like August, but it's been running behind. No, I'm not super thrilled with that. Like, I like to, I'm a project manager, right? Like I want the schedule. Like if you say it's going to be August, I hope it's going to be August, right? So I'm not as crazy about it until the next version comes out. Okay. The customer support is fantastic, but I'd really like it if version 2.0 came out. There's another, I'm an affiliate for that product, by the way. Another product that I'm an affiliate for is, I think it's the Authority Azon theme. My friend Dom at Human Proof Designs owns that. That one's very good. In fact, a few people in the 5-Figure Niche Site course told me they've tried both and they prefer the Authority Azon theme. Okay, so check them both out. I'm pretty sure that they both have a money back guarantee. However, here's the thing, Vision. Basically, I don't use either one. I just use a theme that I've had. I paid for it, years ago, and it's plain. And you don't need any of the fancy stuff, right? I'll give you a piece of advice on Thrive themes, and that's not to use it. It's too bloated. There's too many options. There's too many things to get distracted with. And I'm very much a minimalist, and I'd rather have fewer options than more options. So that's just how I work. If you take a look at that stuff, you should be able to make a determination. Again, a few people did mention to me they prefer the Authority Azon theme over UAT. I haven't used them both head to head. I haven't compared them, but they're roughly comparable. Good question, Vision. Pastor Duke says the keyword golden ratio works. You used it on your 6-month-old site and you hit 500 in November. Awesome. That is fantastic. I wish I got commissions for that. That'd be really cool. All right. Layla says, say you have an article, best surfboards for 2017. Is it a good idea to write a new article or would that cause keyword cannibalization? Probably keyword cannibalization. You're probably better off just updating the previous one. Layla says, do I have my sites backed up? Yes. Yes, for sure. You're thinking of doing it. Yeah. You like once you start making any like revenue, you should probably start backing up your site. I should probably emphasize that more in the course. By the way, all of my students, um, there are free options to do it. There are plugins that you can. The key thing to do is back up off your server, right? Basically, all the hosting companies do have some form of backup on the server you're on, but let's say the server explodes in some fiery accident, right? If your backup is on that burned up server now, it does you no good. I actually had a good friend who had clients, right? He was a web designer, he had clients. He lost all that data. That is borderline like, or that's just plain irresponsible, right? You can do it for free. I use what is it called? It is managed WP or something like that. But it's $2 a month per site, right? It's $2 a month per site. There's no reason not to pay it. But Layla, there's a couple free options out there if you don't have the budget. Adrian says you posted your first 2,000 words, no pics and no links. Can't wait to join the program and finish the post. What if people are visiting my site now? Okay. So if people are visiting your site now, you're the luckiest person in the world. So just be thrilled that anyone is going to your site. Don't worry about it. No one's going to your site, most likely. So just don't worry about it at all. It's totally cool. Green Engineer says, you're not getting a lot of visitors right now, but you're getting ready to deal with the problem. Actually, it isn't a problem. It's good to have a lot of visitors. Right. My advice is to do it during the downtime. So I changed hosting in like August. My site was actually crashing often, and it would just go down. So I had to do something. So I moved in August, so I had plenty of time for the retail season. Don't try and do it in like October or November or December or anything like that. I would actually even wait until like the tail end of January. A lot of times January is pretty hot too. My theory is a lot of people get guest or gift cards and then spend them in January. So January is pretty awesome too. So anyway, Adrian, don't worry about it. No one's visiting your site. Green Engineer, you're not getting too many visitors right now. You're just planning ahead. Okay, cool. Layla says, where and how do I recommend you start promoting the site after you publish the 10 posts? I recommend commenting on blogs in your niche or related niche, and then asking for guest posts. It's a networking process. Sean says, yeah, WP, back it up. Thank you. I knew there was one out there. And here's the key. You directly back up to Dropbox or Google Drive. That's the key, right? It needs to be off your server. That's what I like. The thing with managed WP, they handle it for you, right? So they back it up off your server. So they take care of that. Anthony, what's up? Good to have you on. All right, the questions have slowed down a little bit, though we do have 38 people. So you know what? I should have mentioned it earlier, but we do have the 38 people. So on Monday, I'm opening up a pilot course on productivity. It's going to be very small. I'm only going to allow just a handful of people in. There's a chance I don't have an application process, but if I need people that are going to work through the material, and we're starting like this month, right? So if you're waiting for January to be productive, like you're already behind, right? So I don't do resolutions. I just, through the year, I just set goals and then I try and do them. That's what the course is all about, like accomplishing something and being able to put together a framework. It's a pilot course. It's going to be economically priced. I can tell you it will be well under $100, but again, I need people who are going to work through it. And this is one of those deals. It's pilot. It's pre-beta, right? This is a pre-beta course. There'll be a lot of interaction with me. There's going to be four sessions of like basically sort of lectures and a little interaction, I hope. So 4 sessions of that. There are 6 lessons within the course. There's going to be another Q&A webinar. So again, a lot of interaction with me. I'm going to be asking for feedback on the course, and I want anyone who is a pilot student to provide testimonials for when it goes live. So the other great part is the price is going to go up significantly for the course, right? So this is how generally like these sort of situations work. So the price is going to go up in the future. However, as a pilot student, you believed in me, you had faith early on, and that means you get all the all the upgrades in the future. When I shoot new videos, when I add new material, as we learn things all together, right? So I'm learning about how well the material works for other people, and you're giving me feedback, we improve it, and then next year the course will be improved. And the other big thing is like you get to see how a course is put together and the processes that I did for Five Figure Niche Site, and that I'm going to do for this course. So Anthony, I'm looking forward to having you in the course. You have a full-time job, you're newly married, first kid, congratulations on all that stuff, and you have clients that you run on the side outside of your job. That's crazy, Anthony. So David and Adrian, cool, awesome. All right. And then Yuta is one of the most persistent question askers I've ever seen. And yeah, so I'm not going to give the price or the range or anything like that. It's a premium course. You get a ton of interaction with me. I'm glad that you're super interested. Any other questions out there? Any other questions? Okay, in the little pause, I'm going to try and adjust the laptop so maybe we can get our new dog's name is Georgie. So we had a border collie in the past, and we really like the breed. They're very smart and high energy. I'm going to try and scoot this down, and then maybe, hey, Georgie, come here. Can you put your head up here? Look up here. Can you see up there? Oh yeah, look, Georgie. Oh, you want to go for a walk again, don't you? You want to go for a walk again? You do. You do. Okay. All right. That's enough of me being an idiot there. But yeah, Georgie is she's a good dog, very sweet. We have a lot of training to do. Brody was extremely well trained. We worked with him for years, and we like to have a dog like off leash trained. And if you tell the dog to sit, they sit, and then they don't get up until you tell them that they're allowed to. In fact, we had no stay command. That's not a thing, right? So if the dog is in a down, it stays down until you release it. Or if you tell the dog to sit, it sits until you release it. Again, we worked for years with Brody. He was actually a therapy dog. So we went to assisted living and sort of like retirement homes. And he would just go around, and the employees would pet him. The patients or residents there would pet him as well. And yeah, he was a great dog. So, all right. Let's see. All right. So Anthony is asking what kind of dog. So it's a border collie mix. She's mostly white, but she has a black head. She's about 45 pounds. I think she may be a little heavy. So I think we can get her down to about 40, get her a little more lean, but she is way more high energy than Brody ever was. So yeah, Tihana, I got a new dog last night. It's a lady dog. I haven't had a lady dog before, but she seems great. And and Anthony says you have an 8-month-old baby and a 10-year-old dog, so you're not sleeping much, I take it. And Anthony says, do I shoot in that room because the lighting is best? So here's the deal. This is where my office is. So this was my office, and then my wife wanted to make it the guest room as well. So that's why the bed is behind me. So this isn't my bedroom. This is the guest room. And I have like a nice station here. There is a huge, awesome window here, by the way, but I also have I have like some other lights. I have a lighting kit up next to me. Um, Turns out the lighting is so important for these videos. So I have a huge window, the sun's kind of shining in, and then I have a 400-watt light. You can see my hands pretty white like that. So it really helps. And I don't love the bed back there. There was great debate. She won. She won because here's the deal, right? I'm in here like, I don't know, 95% of the time, and it's a guest room, only maybe like 2% of the whole entire year max, right? It's crazy to optimize for the 2%. Now I have a bed behind me. So she won. She won. Yuda says, is it true that you should not get AdSense on affiliate marketing website? Not 100%. So, that's a pretty good question. I would say if you should only put it on posts in which the goal is to have someone click on a banner ad. If you're trying to get someone to join your email list, then probably don't have AdSense banners, right? I like to have like fewer goals, like one thing for the user to do. All right. And Brenda says you'd buy that dog training course. Yeah. We say we are like, once you have a trained dog, it like blows your mind. Most people think they have their dog trained, but they don't. The dog kind of listens when you tell them to. Again, it is not easy. My wife and I are both very particular, slightly OCD, and it's all consistency and time, right? It's all like everything. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. I took her on like a first long walk today so I can go get a piece of rope so I could train with her far away. So if I call her, she'll come back. Apparently she was an escape artist and she would chase animals like deer and wouldn't come back. I think she lived in a rural environment because she's actually great on a leash. So I'm pretty sure she escaped because the people didn't train her, and then they had no way to get her to come back. She would go chase deer for miles, probably. I mean, that's what dogs do. She's a herder, Okay, Tiana says, girls are great. I have a lady cat. She's the sweetest. What lighting kit do I have? I have actually I shot a video on it. People have been asking about my equipment. So that may be coming up soon. Let me take a quick look here. You know what? I don't remember the name of it, but it was like $50 on Amazon. Yep. So it's like $50 on Amazon, and it's like, it has like the umbrella style thing, and then a sort of a soft white cover, fabric cover that goes over the top. And then I have two of those, right? And they come with stands and like a carrying case and everything. And I should have bought this. It's only $50, right? I should have bought it like a couple of years ago. It makes such a difference, like shooting video. Okay. All right. And Yuta says, what do I do if a guest comes to stay on Friday? Sometimes, right? And I thought about doing this. I would set up my laptop in the other room, also decent lighting, or I'd bring the kit. And I thought about like sitting on the floor so Georgie here would be like be able to sit and be on camera too. So yeah, Leo says hard to win the debate with a wife. And yeah, like it's funny. I went back to Atlanta, visit some friends, and it turned out they watched. One guy watched a couple of the videos, and he was like, "So do you shoot that in your bedroom? Like, it'd be a little more professional if you didn't have a bed back there." And I'm like, "Why'd you tell me that, man? Like, I know for sure, but hey, this is a real deal, Like this is the guest room here, so." And Anthony says, you're going to be in the same situation. You'll see your son's crib. And yeah, yes, so she won the debate, and it's very comfortable for the visitors that we have. This is what we did. We actually moved our bed in here, and then we got a new one because this was only 8 years old or so. So it still has good life. It's a pretty nice mattress. And we're like, oh, instead of getting a cheap mattress for the guests, why don't we just move the good one in here. And then, well, getting into the weeds here. Vision says, in regards to backlinks, 2 to 3 sites in the same sphere. Oh, hey, it's all right, girl. All right. Oh, hold on. I didn't know she was a barker here. All right. Hopefully. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to pause here for a moment. She's very excited. It's the UPS truck, so there's going to be a lot of deliveries over the next little bit. Sorry about that, everyone. Thanks for the understanding. All right, let's see. All right, so the questions here. Okay. Sites in the same sphere but not the same niche. Is it okay to link together with relevant content? Sure. Yep, that's fine. I wouldn't link too many. I'm assuming you own all the sites. It's funny because Georgie, she didn't bark. Like that was the first time I heard her bark, maybe an hour ago, just before we started. But yeah, there were doors closing on the UPS truck or some sort of like I think the doors. So yeah, she heard that. All right. Here's the deal with linking multiple sites, Vision. You don't want it like 1 to 2 links is probably okay, but don't go overboard, and it probably won't help if you go overboard. Satyam says, how do you get out of the sandbox with a brand new affiliate site? Wait 6 months and then you should be good to go. Tihana says, it seems like your friend's dog, she takes off towards sheep and okay. Sheep, cows, pigeons, cats, and chases him for hours. Yeah, I think she is going to be on all that stuff. Anything that runs, she'll be after. Anthony says, what's the best way to promote your videos that you'll be making in the near future? I think I don't know. Probably good keyword research, but it's essentially this is guest posting for for YouTube is collaboration. So you collaborate with people, and that is the best way to promote your channel. And essentially, like I'm using all my skills of guest posting in the YouTube area. I'm just getting started with that. And I believe, right, at this point, I can do guest posts and I have relationships with a lot of blogs, but I was on big blogs. I've guest posted in a lot of places in the last year, and it didn't really make a huge difference. So I'm shifting it around. Sean does mention a green screen. That is true. That is an option, but then I have to put up a big fucking green screen behind me, which I have one, and I just want to shoot the videos fast. So anything that makes it a little bit slower or a pain in the butt, I will skip it Good recommendation though, Sean. I can make it look like I'm on the beach or something. And David, yeah, the dog is really excited about this whole thing here. Um, yeah, you did. Yeah, she was mad about the price of the course. That's funny. Um, and Anik says, "Do I ever put several money sites on the same hosting?" Early on, I did. However, at this point, like the sites are so big that it just makes sense to have them independent and on their own hosting package. Let's see. Yeah, but Uda says we're talking about professionalism, like when Doug traveled to Atlanta. So the guy said the bed shouldn't be there. Next time, he may say the dog shouldn't be there either. Yeah, she hopefully she won't be a consistent barker because I do quite a few videos. I can just picture myself, shooting, like have my camera set up and shooting and all that stuff, and she'll start barking. Green Engineer says, "How do you know if your site is crashing or not?" Basically, if you have a lot of traffic, you'll notice on some days it'll be like half or a quarter or something like that. But mainly, if you just try to load your site, it'll take like 10, 15 seconds to load, or it won't load at all. So at the point that I was having all those issues, Green Engineer, I was basically trying to load my site on my phone. I would try to load it on my phone, like off Wi-Fi, so it was sort of like a real connection that people get. I'd try and load it on my computer. I'd Google stuff and then see like if it would load, and it wouldn't, or it would take like 45 seconds. So basically, like WordPress is great in a lot of ways. It is a dynamically, and I think Nick is actually a like knowledgeable. There are several people here, but I know Nick has mentioned to me before, and Leo as well, just about like having like flat sites, HTML sites versus a database driven. Okay, the truck's driving off. It's all cool, girl. Good job. Good job. All right. So basically, WordPress is a dynamically like driven, database driven content management system. So it's a little slower when you're like bogging it down with thousands of users, where like an HTML site is not going to have that same type of issue. And it maybe would scale a little bit better. I don't know much about that. I don't have time to mess with it. So Tiana says, Anthony, network online as well, comment on other channels. And yes, Facebook groups, don't spam. Yep, Tiana's right on all that stuff. There are sites where you can put your URL and it checks to see if your site's down as well, like Pingdom. And okay. How do we make sure we're networking by commenting in forums and groups? Very slight difference in spamming. That's true. I've tried to network in some groups and they said that I was spamming and they kicked me out and banned me. So that kind of sucks. But usually, if you like, the best case scenario is you contribute in the forum or the Facebook group for like 30 days consistently so that the admin notices, right? You want the admin to notice. And then you can ask the admin, "Hey, do you mind if I like share this thing?" And if you do a really good job, they'll say, "Sure, you can share it." Maybe they even share it for you. That is the best case scenario. Um, and I have been able to develop those relationship over years. And there are some very big Facebook groups where I can go and publish my, like for Niche Site Project, go and say, "Hey, I'm doing a webinar. Here's the link." And they appreciate it, right? So it's all about giving first in basically everything you do. So to be very meta, this whole like Q&A thing that we're doing right now and all those free videos on YouTube, that is me giving first. So most of the time, people will talk, like, see the keyword golden ratio. They'll try it out. They see it works. They trust me. They see all this other content. I talk to each person here, right? So most people probably on here, if I was like, hey, if you could just share something for me, like, a handful of people are going to do it. All right. Yep. So David, add value to the conversation is 100%. Leo is out for the day. Good to have you on, buddy. And yeah, we'll catch up soon. Have a great weekend. All right. Any other questions out there? We're winding down. We've been doing this for a little while. I need to get this dog outside again. I'll try the long lead here, the long leash, see what she can do. She's like obsessed with tennis balls. She'll go crazy. She just carried one around when I first met her at the shelter. She just carried one around for like 20 minutes while we walked, and I would throw it occasionally. So, and Tihana, thanks for mentioning for people to like the video. I guess that sort of stuff does help, but I've kind of gotten away from just asking about it. I'm not sure how much it really matters on these, but maybe it does. Okay. Facilitate says, what's my content template like? Reviews or menu reviews? So if you go to nichesiteproject.com and get over to like the blog section and click start here, at the very bottom of that page, there'll be like a template, which is modular. So many reviews or just one review. It depends on what you need. If you need a lot of products, many reviews. If you only need one, just do the one. So there's no set way to do it. Tom says, how many backlinks should I aim for to strengthen the chances for a 40-page site to rank? Well, I think I answered it before. So it's impossible to answer. There's too many factors, but aim for 15 to 20 and see what happens. And then go from there. You can, just keep adding more. More links is not going to hurt you. More links are not going to hurt you. Yuda says, which websites are currently at the highest at providing highest sales? I'm not sure what that means exactly. If you could rephrase it. All right. Any other questions out there? So funny thing, I have this Lead Pages shirt on. I got it at the Converted conference. It was a free t-shirt. I don't use Lead Pages though. I was going to switch over to them, but another story for another day. I was going to switch over to Lead Pages and Drip. Migrating to any new tools, it's terrible, right? There's always something that'll happen, never goes as planned, and it's a lot of work. So I was going to migrate from Aweber to Drip and Lead Pages and get rid of the other solutions that I was using. However, they like totally dropped the ball on the migration, like stopped contacting me after I already paid. So I think it was a mix up with, funny enough, a migration that they were doing from one email provider, like a server or something, to another. So they like didn't get my messages. I didn't hear from them for weeks. So I was like, lost interest, asked for a refund, and they also somehow failed to log my or work with me on my help tickets. Again, I already paid them, so that didn't work. But turns out, t-shirt super soft, so I'll probably keep it. Okay, Anthony says, where can I find this chat log after the session is over? This is one of the downsides. I think only I can access it. So if you want this chat session, you may want to like highlight the whole thing and copy it when you get out of there. Facilitate says, when is the best time to apply for Amazon Associates? Probably right before you start promoting the site. Uda says, best sites in the world which are earning the most from affiliate marketing. I have no idea. There's no way you could find that out. Sean says that ConvertKit is great. I have heard ConvertKit's pretty good. I heard that like there are some things that probably in a few years are going to be growing and adding functionality. I hear they're pretty good for like bloggers and people like myself. Interesting thing though, Aweber is slowly adding the functionality that I need. So they're adding like campaigns that can be triggered upon clicks and tags, and they're adding the marketing automation pieces that ConvertKit and Drip. And if you want to look at an even bigger, more expensive and complicated tool is Infusionsoft. But like they're adding, Aweber is catching up slowly. And one of the reasons why I just told Drip to forget it, never mind, is Aweber just added a few things like in the last few weeks, and I was like, that's close enough. I mean, the thing with switching tools like an email provider is the headache of switching is great, and the failure points of switching, which I won't even get into it. Maybe I'll do another video. The problems with migrating to another tool make it such that you have to get like the tool not only has to be better, it has to be like 2x better. Like I need to be able to get huge, massive benefits from switching tools because the headache is too great. If Aweber can do like 70, well, we'll just round up. If it could do about 80% of what Drip can do, that's good enough for me. I'm not trying to like, do anything complicated. I don't need all the complicated stuff. So, okay. And Tiana says, am I going to do any additional interview videos? Yes. Actually, I have an awesome one coming out next Monday with Raman. He's a former Microsoft, I think, product manager. Really smart guy. I have 2 videos coming out with him on Monday. Additionally, I interviewed Rob again. Rob and I will have several videos coming out soon. And I'm going to interview a digital nomad type next week named Mackenzie Fly. She has a YouTube channel. Really nice lady. So I'm going to talk to her next week. I'm not sure when that's going live, but there's going to be more and more and more interviews. And there's a strong chance, right? I've talked about podcasting for a long time. I do like podcasts, but the great part with the interviews is I could just move those over to a podcast when the time's right. So I'm accumulating these, and I hope I'll be able to put together the time to get a podcast put together next year sometime. Okay. And Market Hero Electric Border mentions that. And, you mentioned that it does, it shows you the lifetime value of your list, which is cool as well. Okay. And Uda says, you heard we should not take AdSense on Amazon affiliate sites because the bounce rate increases and Google doesn't like it and you can cancel AdSense. Okay. Is it true? I have no idea. And Tiana says, you're doing my course and it's very helpful. Cool. Very cool. Anthony says, if I heard about Content Rocket, it's supposed to recreate existing content from blog and YouTube and reuse it on your site. They advertise a much higher and unique content it will create. That doesn't sound like that'll actually work well. It sounds, I haven't heard of it, but anything, if they recreate existing content from other content, it sounds like a shortcut type situation. And usually those are bad ideas. Okay. And Facilitate and Tihana are connecting. So great. Blake says, how do taxes work for affiliate stuff? Do I declare it as a freelancer? Okay. Consult your tax expert. However, I'll tell you my story. So it basically, I'm assuming you're in the US. If you're in the US, you could continue to use your 1040 whatever. And whatever income I was making from affiliate or from like services or whatever, I would just add it as like extra business income, which is like a separate line item on your 1040. And then it's taxed at whatever rate, right? So that's included in your income and it's taxed at whatever, like 28%, something like that. And then I had a full-time job at the time for a good portion of this, for half, right? For like 2 years. So I just put, for my employment, I was a consultant or whatever, IT consultant. As far as after I got laid off, I was a digital marketing consultant, right? So as accurate as I can get it. And that's good enough. And then just this year, right? Earlier this year, I formed a corporation, right? So you could form an LLC if you want to, or a corporation depending on your state. So I selected to do a corporation, closed corporation here in Montana. It's just one of the options I had available. Should I have done like a company, an LLC? Maybe, I don't know. But the corporation does give me like a little more flexibility and shares and stuff like that. Not that I need it, but I don't know why I did that. And then file as an S corp. So you'll get some tax advantages filing it as an S corp, but go talk to an accountant. All this stuff gets really complicated fast. Okay. And Facilitate says, do I use categories with the URLs that I target? Generally, no. Embracing Wellness says, I'm working on an article of 2,500 words. How many times should I sprinkle the keywords throughout the article? There's a lot of factors in there, but just use it naturally. That's what I would say. Use it naturally. So if it is a keyword golden ratio type term and it's say 6 words long, you probably only want to use that in the title and then maybe one time in the text, because using a 6-word phrase over and over again, that's weird, right? Nobody does that. But if it's like a 2-word keyword, then maybe you could use it, like 1 to 2% of the time. Essentially, don't overdo it. You're better off using synonyms and, SEO types like to be fancy, and they'll call it LSI, that's latent semantic indexing, but just use synonyms. That's what they are. I don't know why they call it LSI. It's probably some more technical reason, but it doesn't really matter. Facilitate says, would it still work? Have I tried with KGR terms? With categories, I don't know. Things should work. Have I tried with keyword golden ratio? Not that I know of, but give it a shot. Always test, see what happens. All right. Any other questions? We've been going strong here for a little while. Brown Dog is in the house. What's up? You're late to the party. So this is why it's going long way. It's cool. We're having more people filter in here. So how much should I expect affiliate conversions as a percentage of the visitors to your blog? It depends big time. But I would say anywhere from like 0.25% to like 2% or so. So there's kind of a big range, and you're going to have to like do a little math and pull data from different areas. But you could come up with it. So yeah, 0.25 to like 2%, depending on a variety of factors. Yuda says, Doug, is it all right to ask people online about their and your affiliate websites? You can, it's kind of in poor taste, right? So I don't try to tell people about my sites, and I advise people strongly to not share their sites, especially with a general audience like this. You don't know who's here. So I would say all these people that are connecting, don't share your niches with these folks, right? It takes a long time to build up trust and all that stuff. These are, our babies that we work on hours and hours. So don't go out there and just start telling people your niche. One of my good buddies, Alex Cooper over at WP Eagle, a lot of his audience, they just keep telling me their niche site. They tell me to go audit their site, which I don't do that stuff for free, But the point is, they're just telling their site, they're revealing it. And it's just, I mean, if the site takes off, then a bunch of people know about it. And then, negative SEO. Like I've never seen a public case study work out. It always ends in some kind of disaster. So, Uda, from a professional standpoint, don't ask about it until you like really join or really gain sort of trust with the group. So in my mastermind group, well, we've worked together for years. I've known those guys for years. So, we know each other's sites and, we have respect for each other. So we're not going to have any sort of issues. Okay. Brown Dog says you have 1,000 page views on a particular page and there are no conversions. The products are priced under $50, so it can be an impulse buy. So is that 1,000 page views a day or 1,000 page views total? Okay. Brandon says, are there any particular forums where I can share your link for Christmas gifts for disabled or chronic pain patients? You've done it on Reddit and some chronic pain support forums. No clue. It sounds like you're the expert in that area already since you have mentioned those two. I have no idea. But it sounds like you're taking good initiative. And if you keep working on that, right? So a lot of times people will try something and then they stop too soon. It sounds like you're getting traction. You found some good places already. Just keep trying a little longer. So here's an example. People will start their site and say they listen to my format, right? So I contrast greatly from other people who say publish 40, 50, 100 posts before you start doing any promotion or anything. I say publish 10 posts, then start promoting, right? That's all you need to do. 10 posts, then start promoting. So if people publish the 10 posts and start promoting and they get, say, 3 guest posts and they're like, oh, my site's not ranking, it must not be working, they quit too soon, right? They're probably really close. If they just stick with it a little longer, they will start getting traffic, the rankings will move up. Like oftentimes people quit right before it gets good. So be sure you don't quit too soon. Brown Dog, keep at it. It sounds like, if you're getting 1,000 page views, people are looking at it. If you are posting in different forums, you're on the process, you just haven't nailed it yet. So keep iterating, figure out like which tiny little piece is working and do more of that. And figure out which pieces are not working and stop doing those and just keep shifting and moving ahead. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. Just a couple more questions. Yuta says, and probably the record for questions here, which it's good. It's great to have people that are interested. So how to buy the own promoted product and keep the commission as well? Is there a way to save money by buying own promoted product? So the way that's unethical, right? So don't do that. You're thinking about this all wrong. If you want to buy the product, you can't buy through your own affiliate link. That'll get you kicked out of the program. You can try to contact the manufacturer, see if they'll send you something for free. All right, you could try that, but you probably need to have some traffic on your site. They need to have a reason to help you. So again, just remember this, whether you do affiliate marketing or any kind of sales or basically anything else, people only care about themselves. They don't care about you or your website or your product or any projects you're working on. They only care about themselves, right? So just remember that. People only care about themselves when you're writing like an email or you're writing a blog post. They don't care about you. They want to know how to get that product or what you can tell them and add value to their life. So basically you could contact the manufacturer and you can't save money by buying the product you're trying to promote. Brown Dog says, do educational tutorials work better as a block or as a separate course? I have speech recognition tutorials for disabled patients as well as productivity. I see few visitors on the educational tutorials, but more on the visitors like Christmas gifts. So I wonder if people want to learn specific skills, would rather go to a website which offer courses. Okay, so I don't have direct experience in what you're asking, so I'll do my best to just give my opinion. So this is purely my opinion. I don't know. I don't really understand, like, I mean, if people are visiting the other pages more, do more of those. And if people are doing less of the other, then don't do as many of those. You're usually better off like capitalizing on what you're, doing well at than trying to like fix the pieces that aren't working. Okay. So Brand Dog in the House says there are 1,000 page views total. So here's just a little like rule of thumb, right? So you probably need about 100 visitors per day to make like 1 to 2 sales per day, right? So it's like plus or minus 25%. It's not exact, but 1,000 people total is not a big enough sample size because I have no idea the timeline, right? It could be 1,000 visitors over a year or whatever, but like you need about 100 visitors a day to have like some meaningful data coming in. If you get 100 visitors a day, you ought to have like a sale every day or every couple days. Tihana says, I saw some people accidentally got banned because they forgot about the cookies and bought Amazon products. Do I just delete the cookies before buying from Amazon? So I would say you could just like go to some other affiliate site and then click on those links and then buy that way. I do test my links sometimes, but I'm not making like a huge number of purchases. So I usually don't worry about it. I don't know of anyone that has gotten banned from doing that. I think you'd have to show like a history of doing that, or like the only sales you get are from that. So I don't know anyone that's personally been banned. You could get banned, right? Like if you open the account and you're just making those purchases right away, then that's bad. But if I'm selling like thousands of products a month and there's like one that I accidentally clicked through, I'm pretty sure like that's not an issue. Facilitate says you found a good niche. However, I feel like you can make more money without Amazon, but another provider that sells the product or service. Okay, give it a shot. I think if you have that feeling, you should go with it. And I have my own thoughts, but yeah, if you think that's better, then go for it. Okay, and final question here, and it ties in. Yuta says, do you have full faith on Amazon? Why not ClickBank and other digital products where the margins are high? I'm looking for the reason I love Amazon. Okay, and it ties into Facilitate's question. Last question. No more questions today. Got a jet. Um, Basically, right? Especially this time of year, when people buy something on Amazon, they buy a lot of things on Amazon. You get a commission for each one of those items. Additionally, the conversion rate for Amazon is so high, right? So people trust Amazon, they're used to making purchases there, they'll buy it. With ClickBank, right? With ClickBank, let's say you get paid out 75% and it's like $100 item. You're not going to convert as many. Like you're just not going to convert as many. Typically, those are going to be info products, though not all of them are. There are some physical products, but you're just not going to convert as many. So even if you're making 75% versus like 2% or 6% or whatever the category is, um, you're not going to convert as many, and you only get commission on the one item. Where if someone buys like 10 Christmas gifts on Amazon, you get a commission for each of them. So in Facilitate, if you feel like you can do better without Amazon, test it. Like test it for 6 months, see how you do without Amazon. Go to other programs. Like basically, if you could buy something online, you could probably connect with them on like Share a Sale and use their affiliate program there. There's a few other Commission Junction. There's several affiliate programs, but if you could buy something online, you could almost always get into the affiliate program. The point is, you'll make more with Amazon, right? So most likely, most niches, most of the time, you'll make more with Amazon, in spite of like whatever you think or feel facilitate you to, if you think, test it, right? I'm just one person giving my opinion, um, but you need to test it. And I encourage you, test it for 6 months, see what happens. Test Amazon for 6 months, see what happens. Then let me know the results. And then hopefully, I'm probably right. I think I'm probably right. Okay. And last one, since it's related, Facilitate says that's true. However, there are certain items you could add to your site to make it secure payment SSL, etc. Way more that goes into CRO. Okay. I'm not sure. So yeah, if that's working for you, continue with it. Yep. Okay. I'm out of here. Everyone have a great rest of your Friday, and look out for the course, the productivity course coming out on Monday, and for the cool interviews and chats that I have going on with Ravi. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.